Hi all, I'm Agnes Ninu, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science. So today in this video lecture, we'll be discussing about managing user accounts in Linux. So introduction. So managing user accounts is a common task for Linux administrator. So this creating user accounts, modifying user accounts, removing user accounts or creating user groups or deleting user groups, etc., is done by this system administrator. So when we want to log into a system, that is in general, if we want to log into a particular application or something, we must be having a existing account. Similar to that, if we want to log into a Linux system, the user must be having an existing user account, and this user account information is created by this admin, and it will be stored on the computer itself, or it will be stored on the another computer on the the network. So when the account informations, the passwords, group details, etc., if are stored on the computer itself, then it is known as local user accounts. And if it is stored on any other computer on the network, that is in the E directory, it is known as E directory user accounts. So now we'll see the first command in this user management session. So the first command is user add. User add command is used to create a new user. So the system administrator creates a new user using this command, this particular command called user add. The syntax for this command is user add options and username. Here the options field is optional, that is without that options also it will work. With that options, it will be adding an additional meaning to this user add command, and the username is the login name of the particular user that we are currently adding. So example, user add Luke. So this is just a simple user add command without options. So a new user Luke is created and added to the system. So when the system administrator creates a user using this user add command, he or she is responsible for setting an initial password for this particular user, and this can be done using the command called password. Along with that, pass options can be specified, and the particular username also specified with the password command. This options field is optional, and we have options like locking password and unlocking password. For locking password, we have -L option, and for unlocking, we have -U option. So when this password is set, all this information, that is account information and password details, are stored in a etc directory configuration file called password file, and all other details like encrypted password, group details of the particular user will be added to this particular configuration files, shadow file and group files. And in the password configuration file, every user has an entry like this. For example, now we have created a user called Luke, and Luke will be having an entry like this in the password configuration file, like Luke X1001, etc. So in this example, this Luke indicates the username, X indicates the password of that particular user called Luke, and 1001 indicates the user ID. Again, 1001 indicates the group ID, and Luke1 is the full user login name, and the home Luke indicates this particular user's home directory, and bin bash indicates the default shell of this Luke that will work with. And next, we'll see the options that can be used with this user add command. We have -C. Along with this -C option, we can specify an additional description, which can be the full name of the login user, etc. So the additional description can be provided to the user account using this particular option called -C. And next, -D. -D option is used for setting the home directory for the newly created user. By default, it will be creating a directory with the same name as that of the user's login name, and it will be added to the home directory. And next, -G. -G is used for setting the primary group of the user. The users will belongs to some primary group and some supplementary groups. That is, users have both primary and supplementary groups. The primary groups can be set using this option called -G. Along with that, a group name can be specified, and that particular group will be set as the primary group of that particular user. And now minus capital letter G, and along with that, a list of groups can be mentioned. And this list will be set as the supplementary group of the user that the user will belongs to. And the last one is -M. When this -M option is used with this user add command, it will automatically create a user's home directory with the same name as that of the login name, and from the skeleton directory, which is a configuration file, from the skeleton directory all the contents will be copied to this particular automatically created home directory. In the skeleton directory we have the details like basic login commands and the startup commands and all, so boot up process and all. So that commands are copied from that skeleton directory and is copied to this automatically created home directory. And now we'll see an example of user add command with the options -M, -G, capital letter G, -S and -C. So here we are adding a new user whose username is Torvalds. Torvalds is created and added to the system. So for Torvalds, we are setting a home directory using the option called -M, and the primary group of the Torvalds is set as the users is the name of the name of a group, and it is set as the primary group of this particular user called Torvalds. And the supplementary groups of the Torvalds is set using the command using the option called -G, and the supplementary groups of this Torvalds are Linux and Unix. And the default shell is specified using the command called using the option called -S, that is TC shell. Tom's C shell is specified as the default shell of this particular user, and -C. -C is used for providing additional information. That is, the full name of this particular user is provided using this -C option. So in the user management session, the next command we use is user mode. In some situations, there will be situations like we need to change the attributes of the existing user, like login name, password, etc. In such situations, we can make use of this command called user mode. That is, after creating the users, if you want to change any of the attributes of the existing user account, such as users, home directory, login name, password, shell, etc., then user mode command can be used. The syntax for this is user mode, options, and user name. Here also the options field is optional. It can be omitted and it will work without, the user mode command will work without this options. And the username can be specified. Which user can be, username indicates the name of the user that we want to modify. And the example is given. Here we are modifying the user which we created in the previous example called Torvalds. In the previous example, the default shell was set as Tom's C shell. Now we are modifying it to simple C shell using the command called user mode. And next, we'll see the options that can be used with this user mode command. All the options are similar to that we discussed in the user add command, that is -C for -C will be providing a description of the new user account, like a full name of the user, and -D will be setting the home directory for the new user account. By default, it will be creating a directory with the same name as that of the login name, and it will be placing that particular directory in the home location. And the next one is -G for setting the primary group of the user, and minus capital letter G for setting the list of supplementary groups. That is for modifying the supplementary group. And last one, minus M. It will be creating a new directory and it will be setting as the home directory of this user, and it will be moving the contents in that is present in the existing home directory to the newly created home directory. And the last command in this user management, that is for deleting an individual user account, we'll make use of this command called user delete. The user delete command is used to remove a user from the Linux system. So this command will remove all the entries from these three files, that is password, shadow and group. When we are deleting a particular user, all the entries that is in password file, all the password details, encrypted passwords, the account informations and all the other details like group details and all will be removed, which is related to this particular users. For using this particular command, we have a syntax, userdel, options and username. Here also the options field is optional, and username indicates the name of the user that we want to remove from our system. So this command only removes the user account. The account will be removed by using this command, but the user's files can be deleted separately by the system administrator if required. That is, files owned by the deleted user will be deleted, which is the files which are created by this particular user will be deleted, but which are located in user's home directory, but which those files which are not located in the home directory will not be deleted, and the system admin must search for the other files which is located in other locations and delete those commands, and the system admin can search those files using the command called find. And now an example is given, user delete minus R towards, that is, this command will wipe out towards home directory along with this account. That is, his account will be removed along with the towards home directory too. And now we'll see the options that can be used with the user delete command. Only two options are there, that is minus F and minus R. Minus F will force this user delete command to remove that particular user even if he or she is still logged in. This will also remove the mail spool, that is temporary storage for the mail, and also the home directory of the particular user will also be removed. And the next option is minus R. Files in the home directory will be removed along with the home directory itself. Not just the files, but the home directory itself is removed when this minus R option is used with user del command, and the user's mail spool is also removed when this minus R option is used with user del. And these all are the commands that comes under the individual user management. So that's it. Thank you.